Hello everybody, Stuart Watson here, live from the St Andrews press box, Birmingham, ahead of Ipswich Town's hotly anticipated championship opener for the 2025-2026 season. Season number 15 of Covering the Blues for me, and I am super excited about this one, as I'm sure you all are. After a pretty bruising campaign in the Premier League, Ipswich are back in the Championship, and they start it as favourites. But Alex Jones, just to my right, you can see him semi in shot. Alex, I'm going to ask you, if you can, to see if you can get this embedded into the live blog, if possible, please, while I'm having a chat. I can see plenty of you starting to join me. And we'll kick off with the team news, shall we? A few doubts going into this one. Was Leif Davis going to be fit? Was Jaden Philogene going to be fit? Well, the answer to those questions respectively are yes and no. Leif Davis starts, Jaden Philogene not in the squad. I will run you through the starting 11. Alex Palmer in goal, Ben Johnson at right back, Dara O'Shea and Jacob Greaves, the two centre-halves, and Leif Davis, who faced a late fitness test. I think that's a hip injury, I'm led to believe, that kept him out of the game at Auxerre last weekend. He starts, which is great news. Midfield two of Jack Taylor and Azor Matasiwa, the new signing, £7.8 million signing from Rennes, making his Ipswich Town competitive debut. Jack Clark on the left, Sammy Schmodic in the number 10 role, place where he's made no secret of the fact he wants to play. It's where he scored all his goals for Blackburn. We saw him more as that sort of tucked in left-sided attacker for Ipswich in the Premier League, but he starts in that central number 10 role for the season opener tonight. And what that means is Chio Ogbene starts on the right wing. That's the major surprise in this starting lineup. Chio Ogbene's first competitive start since he snapped that Achilles he snapped his Achilles heel against Brentford way back on October 26th last year in that 4-3 defeat at Brentford. So nearly 10 months later, he starts the Championship opener. I was just looking through his minutes in pre-season. He got 12 minutes at the end of the game in Austria in the win against Linz, 22 minutes against Aberdeen. He played just over an hour as a starter against Charlton at Colchester, and he got 19 minutes last weekend in France. So big call to throw him straight into the starting 11 today. I think that tells you everything about Ipswich's shortage of right wing options. Philogene, as I say, injured. Wes Burns not due back until October at the earliest. Amari Hutchinson technically out with a medical issue, Kieran McKenna described it as, but we know plenty of transfer interest in him at the moment. Rejected bids from Brentford and Nottingham Forest. Kieran McKenna had said he didn't travel to France because his head wasn't in the right place. So no surprise that he's not involved today. So that's left Ipswich short of right wing options. I thought it was going to be Jack Clark on the right, maybe Chaplin in the middle and Schmodic on the left. But Ogbene in from the start. We'll see how he'll do. He's not going to do 90 minutes tonight, that's for sure. George Hurst up front, unsurprisingly, Ipswich Town's new number 9, the man who's been tasked with taking on the baton from Liam Delap. I'll run you through the substitutes as well. Again, thumbs up from Alex to say we're embedded in the blog, which is good news. Substitutes. I'm going to quickly get the Ipswich Town tweet. Alex, you might be able to do that quickly for me. Thank you very much, my friend. Right, substitutes today. We have Christian Woolton, Luke Wolfenden, Cedric Keepray, Ashley Young, new signing, summer signing, Cameron Humphreys, young Finley Barbrook, academy graduate, who's had quite a few minutes in pre-season. He, at the moment, is the main backup man to Azor Matasiwa in terms of a holding midfielder. I like the look of him, actually. He's, for those that haven't seen him, he's got the sort of floppy curtains, the sort of 90s boy band look, as Andrew Warren walks past and pulls a funny face. Thank you very much, Hutchman. I'll continue with the bench. Chaplin, Broadhead, so much uncertainty surrounding him at the moment. Kieran McKenna told us in the week that he's expressed a desire to explore an opportunity with Wrexham. There's a £7.5 million deal in place there, but Ipswich will not sell him until they've brought some more reinforcements in. At the attacking end of things, Kieran did tell us in his presser that Nathan has an important role to play today. We will almost certainly see him off the bench at some point. And Ali Al-Hamadi as the backup striker. No Jens Kayusta. He signed in time yesterday. I'm led to believe he was registered in time to feature in this game, but he's had virtually no pre-season to speak of at Napoli. Arrived very late. Yes, he knows, obviously, many of his teammates from last season. He knows Azor Metasiwa from their time together at Reims a couple of years ago, but he's not involved today. So that's the team news. Alex, what do you make of that?
Swap over. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, once again, my audio is all right. Please shout at me in the comments if my audio is not sounding very good. Good to see you all again. What do I make of the team? I'm really happy with that one, and I'm really happy as well with Chio getting those minutes as well. I'm so happy for him because he comes across as such a great guy, doesn't he? And he must have gone through an unbelievably tough period. We've got to see him the community work, all of those different kind of things, being out and giving a little bit of a buzz as well about him. And him coming back as a player then means that it feels like a new signing. And we've said that a lot. We spoke to Dar O'Shea in the week, and he said Chio Ogbene feels like a new signing. So that's really, really good. Really happy to see that. As for the rest of the team, I think a lot of it picked itself. The back line, if Lee Davis was fit, was going to make sense that it was going to be this. I guess Ben Johnson and Ashley Young was going to be the confusing one at the moment. Which way was it going to go with that? Ashley Young, with the experience that he brings, would he have been the right person to have at a hostile St Andrews, such a big occasion, big crowd, big fireworks, all of that? Would he be able to do that? Ben Johnson today, we can't discount what Ben Johnson brings in terms of his Premier League experience, what he's been able to do at the very top level. So from that perspective, yeah, I think that Ben Johnson will have something to prove today. He hasn't had those Premier League minutes with Ipswich, and he's going to want to make that right back spot his own over Ashley Young this season. Matasi, we're so excited to see him in competitive action as well. The big battler, he's got such a key role to play in this football team, and it's going to be a really interesting case to see how he adapts, because Sam Morsy obviously almost created this own importance surrounding that number 6 role, playing so deep, picking up the ball, always in transitions, everything like that. And Matasiwa can do that, but there's definitely some teething issues, some tweaks that have to be made. So coming into a game like this, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. Birmingham are a really high-pressure team. The front line then as well. Jack Clark on his natural left side. This is his level, but this is where he knows exactly what he can do against this kind of calibre of opposition. He should be putting in really top-level performances with Sammy Smodics, Anov Bene, George Hurst. It's a mouth-watering quartet, isn't it, going forward? Should we go through and have a little look at some of these comments? Bench looking a little bit light. It is, Alex, yeah. With the bench, I suppose that it's good to have those numbers in attack. The fact that you can bring on a Connor Chaplin and Nathan Broadhead. I know that there are still some doubts around Ali Al-Hamadi, but I really like what I've seen from him in pre-season. Let's see what he can do as well, because I wouldn't be playing George Hurst for 90 minutes today. Ali Al-Hamadi is probably going to finish this game. Let's see. You'd like it stronger, and it will be stronger when we get players like Jaden Philogene back. Of course, Wes Burns out injured as well, but Amari Hutchinson, another one, of course, with the transfer speculation. It's going to be a little bit light for the time being. Town are going to push to make some signings in those key attacking areas. We've had a prediction from Billy, who said Birmingham City 3, Ipswich 0. Let's move on, shall we? Chris Leeds, I'm a Leeds fan. I'll be rooting for you guys on in the Championship. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Chris, I think it's glad to see that there's still some kind of neutral admiration for Ipswich, because that can change so easily. Ipswich have kind of come into these different environments being the underdog. They came into the Championship for the first time, and they were the underdog against the the recently relegated Premier League sides, then in the Premier League again. It's a different environment now where Ipswich are the big fish in the Championship. They've got to deliver. But good to see that there's still that kind of loving from some of the other clubs as well. Really appreciate that. Jem Allen, come on, Ipswich Blue Army, good stuff. Dino, Akpom. Few whispers around Tuber Akpom, but from what we understand, one's still on course to happen. You'll hear from us otherwise if there's anything that comes through about that one, but we understand. But we're expecting Tuber Akpom to be an Ipswich player sooner rather than later. Of course, having a game this weekend means that it kind of can delay things. And at the end of the day, he wasn't going to feature in this game, no matter what. So there's no rush to get everything finalised and over the line at this point. Kurt, Al-Hamidi so useful to turn teams around, get running and hassling when you need to get the ball away from our box. I agree. I think that he's got. I talk about physical profile a lot, and I think it does people's heads in a little bit. It's the biggest thing that Ali, I think, has got. And for a Kieran McKenna striker to be a top Championship striker, I think that's what you need to bring. So, given his age, I really like Ali and what he can do going forward. Kieran McKenna is currently doing Sky Sports in front of us. He's on the panel with. Trying to see from here is Luke Chambers and Curtis Davis, definitely two of the ones down there doing press. So good to see that. Incredible, predicting 3-0 to us is wild. Don't see this being a 3-0 game. 2-0 all day, burst their bubble. Should we talk about the Birmingham City bubble a little bit? Yeah, because I think that's a fair thing to say to an extent, because they've gone up so quickly over such a short period of time. And obviously the international recognition they've got, Tom Brady, a documentary, a lot of American interest, a lot of money coming into this club. So there definitely is a bubble to be burst there, which can do it. But there is also more to that as well. This is a really top team, filled with so many experienced players, filled with Kyogo, filled with a nearly £20 million striker in Jay Stansfield, and other really experienced top-level players. So here we go. Jem Allen, Birmingham 1, Ipswich Town 3. Good stuff. I like that one, Jem. It's really good. We will hopefully see something like that today. That'd be quite nice. Akpom, not yet. Hopefully it will come soon. Stu sat next to me here. He's been having a little chat with Andy Warren, my predecessor. We look so similar, but we have been confused multiple times. I think definitely in pre-season I've been called Andy Warren, not this pre-season, but previous pre-seasons I've been called Andy Warren quite a bit. Good to have Stu back next to me. No Doyle for Birmingham. Should we use this opportunity to go through the Birmingham team, have a little bit of a look at what they've got? So we understand this will be a 4-2-3-1. Allsop in goal. New signing Bright Asai. Samuel set to play at right back. Speedy attacking player, like a right-sided Leif Davis almost. Neumann and Clara. Clara, the captain, they're the two centre backs. Cochrane, the option at left back here. Midfield partnership of Tomoki Iwata and Pike. They've been kind of the big staples of the League One campaign for Birmingham City. So no Doyle in the starting lineup for Birmingham. Looks like it's going to be Gray on the right, obviously someone who comes with a hell of a lot of experience at a high level, but most recently playing out in Saudi Arabia. Keshi Anderson out on the left. I remember Keshi Anderson playing in League Two and scoring a hat-trick against Cambridge United. So hopefully none of that today. And then trying to figure out which one of the strikers plays behind the other. It will be more of a 4-2-3-1 as we understand it. I think it's going to be Jay Stansfield playing just behind Kyogo Furuhashi. Jay Stansfield, of course, is someone that a lot of town fans will know quite well, because there was a strong interest in Jay Stansfield around January, that was the promotion-winning campaign. So, that's a little bit of a twist in that. And then Kyogo, of course, someone that well, a lot of fans know very well because he's played Champions League football. He scored a bucketful for Celtic, moved on, didn't work from out of France, but Birmingham City are going to hope that it does in the Championship. On the bench, Beadle, the lonely goalkeeper, one of Amari Hutchinson's under-21 teammates. Laird, Bielik, who's been at Birmingham for a long old time. Kieran Cashin, another one that Town fans will know well. Mark Leonard and Doyle, Tommy Doyle on the bench, along with Taylor Gardner-Hickman, Williamson and Dykes. So the one thing that I look at with that Birmingham team is there's fewer kind of game changes. You talk about the Town team being a little bit thin, but there's quite a lot of defensive options and midfield options in that Birmingham team. You look at natural kind of attacking players, and you've really only got Williamson, who's more of a 10, and Lyndon Dykes is the other option, the striker. Other than that, Beadle, the goalkeeper, Laird, Bielik, Cashin, all more defensive players. Leonard, Doyle, Gardner-Hickman, all natural central midfielders. So a little bit different. It might hopefully come to a point where Town just have a little bit more bite off the bench when you can bring on players like Nathan Broadhead, like Connor Chaplin, like Ali Al-Hamadi. Maybe there's a little bit more there. Team sheet out, yes it is. We've already run through that, might go through that again in a bit. But Smodic's season, I've tipped Sammy Smodics to be Town's top scorer in the Championship. And you know what? Whisper it quietly, I think he's going to be the Championship top scorer as well. I've got really good feelings and really good vibes with Sammy Smodics. He's in a better team than that Blackburn one, let's be perfectly honest. And although he's not the main man, so I don't really envisage him scoring 27 goals, was it? I still think that he's in for a really, really good season. There's a lot of players that I think can have that kind of season, that kind of campaign where they are now back in the level that they're more familiar with, in a team that should be stronger than the ones they were before. You look at James Phillittine, I know he's not here tonight. Jack Clark as well. These are guys that have performed to an exceptional degree in the Championship. And it didn't work out in the Premier League. Coming back to the Championship, then in a stronger team. I have that kind of feeling that this could be a really good campaign for some of those. Jack Clark, for me, is that kind of MVP pick. I really think he could have a special season. 45 minutes until kickoff, less than 45 minutes now. It's starting to fill up a bit, and I'll tell you what, the away end, more than anything, is red. Honestly, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of the red kit, but we've kind of got it cut off a little bit. I can pan round again in a minute and show you what it looks like. But let's see if I can do this without issue. This is our view here, ladies and gentlemen. You might just, if I tip it, be able to see the bottom of the away end. I don't know if I did that right. You might see absolutely nothing. But it's quite red out there. So the away kits are clearly proving to be popular. They'll obviously be playing in it tonight. I'm not too sure personally about how I feel about it. Sort of thing we've had through a lot of this kind of pre-match playlist. Keen to see how many Ipswich fans they brought. It'll be a sold-out allocation. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be, but it's a total sellout here tonight. The press box is sold out as well. It's busy. There's a lot of people around here. George Hurst actually did a quick interview on Sky from what I can see as well. Capacity is around 30k, I think, just shy of 30,000. Sold out our allocation. Can't get it. This is the hottest ticket in town. I think it's the hottest ticket of the weekend, really. When you look at the Championship, this is the big game, isn't it? The random fixture selectors has come out with this one. But this one should be good. We've got now 40 odd minutes until kickoff. We've had a little look through the teams. I'll run you through it one more time because there's certainly some people who joined a little bit late. So 43-1, Palmer goal, Johnson, Leith Davis back in fit. As the fullbacks, O'Shea and Breeze, the two centre-backs, and to see where Taylor in midfield. Chio Bene, his first competitive start since October 27th, it is when 26 or 27. One of those two. But he suffered that Achilles injury again last time he played at this level. Jack Clark also back on the 7 and back on the left for this game. And George Hurst leading the line. First league game for Ipswich, wearing the number 9. He went and banged on Kieran McKenna's door and said, "That's what I want." And he's got that shirt. Bench. Walton, Wolfen, John, Tim Barbara, Chaplin, Broadhead, and Ali Al Hamadi. Yeah, it's looking quite good at the moment. The players are coming out. It's getting loud. We've done a good 20 odd minutes of this one. I think it's time to start wrapping this one up. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and watching this one. We're doing all our coverage at the Ali Al Hamadi slipped over on the pitch. That really caught my eye there. All of our coverage is kicking off now. The live blog's up. We're going to have so much more coming up. We're going to have match reaction afterwards. You'll have your report. You'll have post-match interviews, Kieran McKenna and the player. Now is the best time to come and subscribe to EADT. We're running our £6 for 6 months offer. You might be sick to death of hearing it, but yeah, £6 for 6 months, £29 for the full year. You'll get everything. It'd be really good if you can come and join us on this journey, this season. It's really special. Now's the time to sign up, and now's the time to get ready for what should be a glorious, glorious game. Players are out. Kickoff is in about 40 minutes. Thank you for joining me. Stu also says thank you. You get come on, there we go. Stu also says thank you. Thank you, guys. Follow all the coverage with us, and we'll see you very, very soon. Thanks, guys.